course, you have embarked on one of the most famous, it is said, private-public partnerships in Lagos and for Nigeria so far. It is about the first toll gate, and of course we are waiting to see when it's going to be up and running. So far, how can we say that things are going, and when can we expect things to start?
First of all, thanks a lot for having me on the show today. It's our pleasure to be able to speak to you and share our experience. We will be starting tolling anytime from the end of this year to very early in the new year. And in that regard, the relevant infrastructure on the completed road section 1 is ready and has been undergoing various tests, for several months now, making sure that everything works the way that it should do, but most importantly as well, giving us the opportunity to demonstrate as well as verify that there are noticeable improvements in traffic flow and convenience, value of time, etc., on that completed road section. Well, things have been going along. Of course, as in projects like this, especially in challenging environments like we have here in Nigeria, there've obviously been a few challenges that we have to overcome, but I would say that we have steadily working together not only with Lagos State Government, who is our partner in this PPP, but also with stakeholders and many other interested people. I think we have been steadily moving forward, and people can see more and more as the infrastructure rolls out before them, actually what the project is about and the implications and the benefits that it has for the area in which we're operating.
Costing around $450 million US. It seems that quite a lot of risk has been taken on, but then again, it is infrastructure that is very pertinent and important for the development of Lagos. Tell us about some of the challenges that have occurred during the building and, of course, the process that you've embarked on over the last few years.
Sure. I think the first challenge before we even got to the building phase had to do with achieving financial close, but that's fairly much history now, so we don't want to dwell on that much more than we need to. But we know that in environments like this that are seen as relatively high risk, raising the finance is not always easy. And of course, in the current climate, where there's an economic contraction worldwide, including in Africa, which has resulted in a credit squeeze, we know that that's not an easy one to overcome. Now, regarding the physical execution of the works, the typical issues are around the right-of-way, land issues. This happens in most infrastructure projects where you have to gain control of a right-of-way without which you can't actually physically build the road. So there's that issue. In Lekki in particular, the traffic volumes are also a problem, because what we're having to do is to build under the existing stress of traffic, whilst there are very few routes outside the road we're working on where traffic could be diverted to and take the pressure off the road. Equally as well, there's the whole issue around ensuring that people truly understand what PPPs are all about and understanding the differences between how things used to happen before and how they happen now, especially the risks that we as the private sector investor operator take. And I think most importantly, it's being able to do things in a structured, disciplined way to time and to budget in an environment where, unfortunately, the history hasn't quite been that same or that way. But that being said, I think it's very important to look at the positives. And the positives are that the environment continues to evolve, and being the first of its kind, and no doubt being the guinea pig, a lot of lessons are being learned, certainly from our perspective.
If I could just touch on how the Nigerian community is going to take this on as an option. Obviously, it's going to create a lot more convenience and a lot more security for people traveling on these roads. But at the end of the day, it is going to come at a cost. Do you think there's going to be reticence in regards to this?
Well, I think it's absolutely normal, especially in an environment like Nigeria, where people over the years have come to expect everything to be provided by government for free, that people will question. But I think that right to question is a fundamental one anyway in any society, in the sense that you as the people who have to pay need to be satisfied that you're getting value for money. So there's nothing wrong with that. Of course, we as the concessionaire must demonstrate, and we believe that we're already doing so, that what we're providing is excellent quality of infrastructure, and, by the way, all the related services that go down with that, you know, breakdown recovery services, security patrols, route patrols, etc. And that what you pay for it will be actually a lot less than what you actually gain at the end. I think these are the important things. That some people sometimes don't always understand it or sometimes protest against it is not unusual. As, for example,
what
you're seeing in
kind
South
of cost
Africa
are we
today.
looking at here? How much will Nigerians need to pay?
We'll be announcing that very soon,
okay.
so it's not now the time to do that.
Well, let's touch on the overall planning, because I'm sure a lot of planning went into this, and given the fact that Lagos is a very old city, of course, I'm sure it came with its own set of challenges, as you mentioned, from a logistical perspective. But should this go well, will you be embarking on similar projects going forward in perhaps other parts of Nigeria?
First of all, LCC, as the concessionaire, is a special purpose vehicle which is dedicated to this project, and so is ring-fenced in that regard. That being said, when you look at the people behind LCC, particularly the shareholders like ARM, which is the founding shareholder, it certainly has ambitions in other parts of infrastructure in Nigeria. We also have our foreign shareholders in the form of the Africa Infrastructure Investment Managers, who also, we know, are very interested in doing other projects. So we see Nigeria as an opportunity, and Lagos in particular, and we'll continue to look at the opportunities, of course, at all times weighing up the risk and weighing up the stage and the pace of evolution of this environment to be able to sustain projects like this.